All right, got my luggage, got my car, getting a Jeep Compass this time, so I'm gonna make sure looks good, doesn't smell like smoke inside, so all right, I'm ready to roll. Okay, I'm in Georgia this week for work. Probably be a 2-week trip, I don't know for sure yet, but if the weather holds up, I'm hoping to do some backpacking this weekend at Cumberland National Seashore. All right, I'm at the hotel we're gonna stay at. I'm doing this job, Homewood Suites. We already stopped and got something for dinner. We'll cook something tonight. Got a kitchen here. I've stayed here before, it's not too bad. It's a little bit on the smaller side for Homewood Suite, but it's got a nice kitchen. This room's got a view of the pool and not much else. All right, I'm gonna cook dinner. Similar to what I cooked last time. Got some meat, beans, and then I got some hot salsa that I'm gonna cook it all together. And I got my veggie tray. Then watching the Weather Channel to see, it's not on right now, but all right, so they're talking about the storm right now. So where I'm planning on backpacking this weekend is like right here.
Absolutely, we know that dance between those two hurricanes.
But apparently there's lots of stormy waves for the whole week.
And you can see the areas that highlighted here in purple. So they need to be on alert, Dr. Nat.
All right, there's the finished product. Haven't tasted it yet, but it looks pretty good. All right, I made it to the hotel by Cumberland National Seashore, close to the ferry, but I just found out the ferry is closed because of the government shutdown. Saw there were some new alerts on there. I went to look, and ferry not operating as of 10/1. So I gotta find something else to do instead of backpacking on the island. All right, so I'm going to drive down to the ferry station and confirm that it's actually closed. My ferry ride was in the morning, but I just plus I want to kind of check out the area anyway. So I'm hoping to maybe someday still come down here and do this if the opportunity presents itself again. I don't know how often am I gonna be spending the weekend down here. I don't know. It hardly ever happens, but all right. Well, I guess not everything always works out. All right, I'm gonna find some parking and walk around down here for a little bit. Actually, looks like there might be a parking spot right here. Oh, what's it say though? No, it says no parking. Yeah, so that one is definitely closed. All right, so the sign on the front shows that it's definitely closed. So there's the ferries out there. Oh. I was going to camp here originally, but then I moved down here because of the rain. But now I'm not going to do any of it. This is a pretty cool area though. All right, I'm gonna walk around a little bit more and then head back to the hotel. Then I'll get up early in the morning and verify that it's still closed. All right, so camping on Cumberland National Seashore didn't work out because of the government shutdown. So the backup plan then is going to be to go to Jekyll Island today and explore that instead. So hopefully that'll be interesting. So I'm going to go check out the historic district first. I couldn't tell on Google Maps what you can do in there, but it looks like there's some old houses you can at least look at from the outside. So I'm going to go check it out, and then
in a quarter mile, turn
maybe
right
go
on
over to the
road.
beach later. All right, I don't really know too much about this other than Google Maps showed a bunch of points of interest. Some old, looks like some old houses, or they're not really houses, cottages, big houses. Rich people used to live out here. And so I'm gonna go check it out and see what it looks like. So one of the houses that caught my interest was built in like 1898, it said, and but not this one. I think it's the house after this one, but let's go ahead and take a look at this sign real quick, see what it says. I don't know if you can go into these places or not. I don't know. I'm probably not going to. I think I'm just going to do the outside. There's a tour bus. I'm going to go this way. Stay away from the bus. All right. So I guess this was I heard that train going by is talking about it. This was a club. This whole area was a club, and a bunch of rich people built houses here. Get away from New York winters. But this house is really cool looking. Yeah, I mean, there's people in there, but I'm not sure you can go into the houses.
Those days it wasn't polite to have your underthings drying and flapping in the breeze in front of your friends and neighbors, so they gave us a little privacy.
All right, so this is the one that I read that got me interested in coming here. So it looks like this cottage is gone. You see, all we've left is the framework. So I'll see if I can find the sign for it. there's the sign over there. But this is cool. Not much left of it. Got the lions left. This probably was the entrance to the house, maybe, or I don't know. But anyways, huh? Interesting. So we can go inside that house. All right. So here is the sign for the cottage that's no longer there. This doesn't say what happened to it. That there supposedly is the largest and oldest tree on Jekyll Island. Right, so the oldest tree on the island is right here. We'll walk back in here. It looks like there's a sign here, so it looks like you should be able to walk back here. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking from here. The outside it didn't look all that, but in here it's pretty impressive looking. This must be what looks like it's an old hotel then. I don't know if you can still stay here. It does look like you can stay here still. No sign for this one. So. There's no sign for this one. It just says the name of it on that wall there, and then probably have to take one of the tours to really get any information for a lot of these places. But I'm not going to do that today. That's a pretty cool looking place though. Alright, well that was looked like the most interesting stuff. So I saw that there is a trail that has a bald eagle's nest on it. So I'm going to see if I can find out how to get over there and hike that maybe. Supposedly there's some alligators in there too. Looked at the map, and that bald eagle nest is on a trail at the southern end of that club. So I just moved down here, so I have to walk back up into the club, so look at some of the cottages on this end, and then get on the trail to the bald eagle nest. It's kind of a loop, so be nice. It's like probably about a mile and a half loop. Goodyear Cottage. That one actually looks like it's open. You can go inside of it. So it's a looks like it's a shop. So there's another cottage down there. So it looks like they turned some of these cottages into shops. So there's the trail coming out of the club into the woods. Huh. It's hard to imagine I'll be able to see a bald eagle's nest. That's so overgrown. That's a pretty cool trail. There's some really big trees in it. And there's a lot of pine trees, which is surprising for some reason. Back in here. Can I see that pine tree back there? Lots of that stuff in here. All right, bald eagle's nest is supposed to be in here, and I did not see one. So maybe it doesn't exist anymore. But I don't see one anywhere. Mosquitoes are really bad too. They're standing here, they're biting me. Youch. There is a nest out there right between these two trees. It's really hard to see it, but yeah, you can't really see it. You can see it right between these trees, like right there. But that looks more like an osprey nest, not a bald eagle's nest. Here's the alligator pond. Can't see any alligators. Oh. Mosquitoes are really bad. Oh, there's an alligator right there. His head's sticking up. I'll get a picture of him on my phone. All right, we've got an alligator sighting. Not much of one, just his head sticking up out of the water, but cool. So we have a large bird up on the street here. I think it's just an osprey, but I can't quite tell though. That was a nice little walk. I'm gonna head over to Driftwood Beach next, I think. Here's the trailhead out to Driftwood Beach. We'll see how interesting it is. The pictures on Google Maps show a lot of driftwood, so. That's pretty interesting. trees are pretty cool looking. I don't know if I probably do it with my phone too, because I'm not sure this camera will pick up that. Don't know if this goes much further down though. All right, so I'm at the Hampton Inn on Jekyll Island. This is where I'm staying, 403. All right, seems all right. See what kind of view we have. This is it's facing away from the beach and the parking lot view. All right, we'll go down and check out the beach here, and then wow, the tide really came in. So life was out here around 3. It is now, I don't know what time it is, but wow. Look how much, I mean, you can't even go on the beach. It's coming all the way to the bottom of the stairs. Big waves now too. Well, they look big because they're up close now, but wow, that's a big difference. All right, I might drive over to the bay. It actually looks like it might be a nice sunset, so I'm going to drive over to the place I was at earlier. It's supposed to be a really good place to watch the sunset and see if we can get a sunset over there. All right, well, this is a place to come to watch sunset, but what the review didn't say was that there is these tiny little flying bugs that bite, and they're biting them like crazy, so I don't think I'm going to be able to stay there. Oh, a beautiful sunset though. I'm all packed up and I'm getting ready to head back to Augusta. I don't really see any point in hanging around here today. It's going to be another cloudy, rainy day. So yeah, so heading out. I got a 3-hour drive back. Well, my camping trip was a bust, but I'm back in Augusta now at the hotel. I'm going to cook dinner tonight. So I'm going to do something similar to what I've been making. I got the meat, and then I'm going to put this salsa stuff in it. It's pretty good. It's just basically jalapeno peppers, onions, and tomatoes, and onion. Then I have a Greek salad here I'm going to have for dinner. I'm going to add the beans, and then something I haven't tried before is I'm going to put this hot sauce in with them, spice it up a little bit. That will be dinner for tonight. Alright, just going to make enough for a few days. This is Sunday, so it'll probably be tonight. Probably 3 days. And heading to Atlanta on Thursday, so. All right, oil is hot. Okay, so one of the keys to browning that meat is to just let it cook for a few minutes without stirring it up. You stir it too soon, if you stir it too soon, then it won't brown really well on one side. So you just put it in, stove on hot, and you just let it cook for a while. At least 5, maybe 10 minutes. I'm never really trying it, I just watch it. You can, by watching it and smelling it, you can tell when it's ready to be stirred, and then you can add our seasoning. A lot of steam in there. You can really steam there now. You can see the back side that is cooked is now nice and brown. So we can finish browning it now. That looks pretty good though. I could probably let it run a little bit longer, but that's pretty good. So I will cook a little bit longer, and then I'm going to drain all the olive oil that I put in there out of it. Alright, so I drained the excess oil out. Now it's time to start seasoning. So, with my bean juice. Alright, let that cook for a little bit. Let that cook for a few minutes till it gets nice and hot. Alright, now I'm going to add my beans. I'm just going to add all of this. It really doesn't need to cook, so I'm just going to turn it off. Get the rest of it really heat up as it just sits there, but let's go ahead and go on over and take a look at the finished product. Maybe I'll plug the camera. Alright, here we go. Alright. It was really delicious the last time I made it, so it should be really good this time too.